I can see Janice dancing already.
Yeah.
Hi, JP.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. It's that time.
It is.
It's
It
the
is.
big day.
Yes. And we have lots of people joining in.
Yes.
I have a few people from my gathering in earlier October. And there are people who did it 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And so I'm looking forward to this. How are you, Kate?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of new stuff up yesterday. I'm going to show all of you all a
Yeah.
little bit of that. We've got the combs, we've got the headbands. I'm wearing mine. I'll have to take it off so you folks can see it. But it's time for a Beadshop classic.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're already getting comments on your necklace, JP. I'm going to highlight you
Oh,
real quick.
yeah. I've
Well,
got a
look at all
couple
that
going
beauty.
on. I've
Yeah.
got this. Let me put this down.
Yeah, looks so good.
This is a long one, and it's got a hunk of turquoise you
Yeah,
can't
look at
find
that
anymore.
juicy turquoise.
And then I've got this one, which is the citrine and pearl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got this. There. Some of them are hard to get off. I have to go to the old lady clasps. I
Oh,
can't use some of those really small clasps anymore.
yeah.
I put an extra one on today, and I made it too tight, and I was trying to undo it, and I couldn't. And so, in frustration, I just took the wire cutters and I cut between two beads, and I'm going to restring it and put a new
Restring it.
clasp. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Jan.
just was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I got to get it off. Got to get it off.
Yeah, gotta get it off. Gotta get it off.
Well, we launched some pearls last night or this morning.
Yeah, yeah. Let me
So
link to it.
we have some that are already sold out, which were some of the button pearls, but we still have some of those button pearls left. And then we launched a pearl mix, which I'm super excited about. We're going to put the other half of the pearl mix, because so many of you said last time we had a drop, oh, it all went away at 4 in the morning or whatever.
Right.
So I made a bunch of this really beautiful pearl mix, and I still think actually we have a few. It's called Jewel Box. If we sell out during the broadcast, I have another grouping that's going to go in at noon Pacific. So I'll show you these. This is such a good one. And it's perfect for what we're doing. We still have some of the peacock drop pearls, and we have some of the purple coin pearls, but not a lot left. So jump in and see if you want those guys. I also listed on the project page, Janice did a terrific listing of all of the things you can use. You know, these headbands and combs are great for using up your stash, using up little ones and twos and things that you might have. But we also listed the Swarovski that we have in stock that are so good for these. Some fire polish. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So you can play around with a bunch of those, but it's all on the project page. So Janice, do you want to talk? I know that we've been doing this. We did this at the retreat. You did this at your East Coast gathering. But you want to talk a little bit about kind of the history of this one. And we have such a fantastic handout for it as well.
Yeah, well, this started way back when we were walking 5 miles to school every day in the snow. I would say that this is the handout, and maybe Kate, you can put the link in while I just
Sure.
talk about it. So back in about 2005 or six, when we only had the older Hamilton Avenue, the small bead shop. But then we had also the store in Los Altos. And anyway, this became sort of a big deal kind of accessory was beaded combs and headbands. It was sort of um, it became very popular. And so we decided that we were going to teach a class in it. And it took off.
Mm-hmm.
It just absolutely took off. And then uh, we had people coming back in the store saying, I started a business,
Yeah.
and showing the most exquisite beaded combs and tiaras.
So beautiful.
Like every little detail was perfection.
High-end stones.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just
So good.
so, we've had it archived, and I think we've just sort of let it sit. And then when we were going to the St. Francis Bead Retreat this summer, when we were planning it, Kate and Emily asked me, well, let's go down memory lane. And I just said, I know this is kind of crazy, but I want to do beaded combs and tiaras. I'm calling them now headbands.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is the ultimate let's go back archive
Mm-hmm.
Beadshop. And what's so fun is that I've never met a comb or a headband I don't love.
Right.
I mean, there's no such thing as a mistake.
Yeah.
They're just
So fun.
all beautiful. And we had fun at St. Francis doing it at the summer retreat. And then I taught it again at the beginning of the October in Richmond. We had a nice group. So, and everybody loved it. And it's really a 2 to 3 hour project. You can make lots of these for the holidays. They're
Mm-hmm.
just easy peasy, and no one really says no to a beaded comb.
Yeah.
The trick to getting the comb in your hair is that you go this way.
Yeah. Forward. Yeah. Back and then forward.
Yeah, you go upside down.
Yeah.
And then forward.
Yeah.
And look at that, how pretty it is.
Yeah.
Even in my
So
short
cool.
hair, they stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They were really, really fun.
yeah. So
This is the one my mom made at the retreat. And then this was the headband.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was so much fun having Gwen there.
Yeah, it was really
it really was.
we had
So
such a good time.
yeah.
Well,
there we go.
we had look at that. They look so good. You look so regal. I love it.
Don't I look regal?
Let me share my screen here real quick, because I also want to share with you some of these pieces that I have in my stash that use a very similar technique. I've done stuff like this before. You've seen it. Here's the headband that I did at the retreat. But I also did this pendant. These are back in, look at those gemstones, Janice. So
I know.
So good.
I know.
It was such a fun one. So it's really a similar technique. This was in the very first issue of Art Jewelry magazine from way back in the day. which was so fun to do.
When
And
when
then
do you think that was? What year?
I'm going to say 2003 maybe or so, 2004. I'll have to look in my article archive and see, but that was a fun one to do. And then I also did a bunch of these bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
These are bracelets, back in the day we were like in the handout, Janice and I were laughing that it says get your sterling wire.
Yeah.
These are all sterling that I used to do. Look at those gemstones and stuff up there. So I still have a few of these in my stash.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same. You can see this technique is exactly the same.
Yeah.
You can get really fun, like little bracelet blanks and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. You could do it with our wider bracelet blanks,
Mm-hmm.
with the cuffs. You could do
Sure.
it. So, or the bangles. This is one that I did. This was in one of the magazines. I can't remember which one, but this is one that we used to teach.
Yeah.
Remember, Janice, this one?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, look at those pearls and all that sterling. Now it's just,
Prohibitive.
yeah, it's just crazy. But these
Yeah.
were so
That's
fun
so
to do.
gorgeous.
But this was from way back in the day. But
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that cut.
Yeah.
So fun. So you can really adapt this technique to however, whatever floats your boat. What Janice
Mm-hmm.
and I are going to show you today is kind of this basic technique. Here it is. I even did it on leather back
Yeah.
in the day, JP. Look at that.
Yeah.
Um, these were really fun. Um,
Can you, Kate,
mhm.
would you just, in general, just say like what size wire you used? Because
Sure,
that
sure,
has such a
sure.
big effect on the character of the
Yeah,
thing.
that's a good that's a good point. We did this one, I think, Janice, this is a little heavier.
Yeah.
This might be 24. It could be.
Mm-hmm.
It might be 26. These are this one's 28 right
Mm.
here for
Mm-hmm.
sure. This is probably 26 right
Mm-hmm.
here. And I think this is 28. We use 28 in the combs
Mm-hmm.
here, and that's what we're going to be using today. But
Right.
even on this little hook that I embellished here, right, it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
I think this was 24 gauge. Kim is saying we did this technique over copper rolls at the second retreat. We're
Mm.
going to be bringing that back. Do I have it? It's
Oh, the
again,
volcano bead.
yeah, it's
Oh,
that
my favorite.
same
My
kind
favorite.
of technique. That's right. Here it is, right here.
Oh,
Really similar.
I love that.
Really, really pretty. So it just depends on, how you want to um, apply this technique for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you could use, it's just depending on your beads. If you have beads that are larger and maybe you're working with a larger piece, like this one here, this is one that I did. This is much heavier wire.
Mm-hmm.
This is all with Indian
Mm-hmm.
glass.
Mm-hmm.
And this I think is maybe 22 and 20 gauge,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
I was thinking it was 20, but
Yeah.
you're the wire expert.
Yeah. Some of this and these little spirals, I think this is 18
Mm-hmm.
here. I think that some of this is 22. Some of it might be 20. These that I wire wrapped on the ends, those are probably also 20. So it really just depends. This was a class I taught a billion years ago. I think this was a Beadissimo sample.
Mm.
But really fun. You can play around, with the different wire gauges to see what works for
Mm-hmm.
you. These old school. We used to call them the broom beads from India. Back in Beadissimo days, Christine and I had a giant wooden trunk with like a little short false bottom. And we would get those boxes. Remember how the broom beads from India would come
Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
5 or 10 kilo boxes.
Yes.
And we would refresh it like every week. We'd dump a fresh box in. And people would know that like at the beginning of the week, that's when the new beads went in the trunk. It was so fun, but that's what this was from. So you can play around with the gauge. So again, if this is like 18, 20, and then we go into something like 24 here.
Yeah.
And then 26. And there was a question about, did I make this frame? I did. It's just a little square frame. And then I think I might have soldered it, but you can wire wrap it closed. I've done this before on a live, really similar to this. It's under the freeform wire wrapping. And then you go down to 26 and 28 gauge. So, experiment. There's no real right answer for what to use for these. It really is, what beads are you using? What is the effect that you want to create? And then where do you go from there?
Right. I'm linking the wire work right now.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Cindy Brooke reminded me that we had a Beadshop contest.
We did. We had a tiaras contest. I almost forgot about that. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, completely forgot. Yeah, crazy.
That was really fun. I wonder if we have did we do a lookbook from it?
No, I don't think we have a lookbook.
We did, but we have the photos somewhere. I'm going to have to look.
Yeah.
We have them somewhere.
Yes, put that on your to-do list.
Yes, on my list it'll go on as number 48, I think.
Yeah.
Things. So today, JP, why don't I switch over to your camera right here? Do you want to talk about some of the basics? Because we're going to be using the smaller gauge wire today, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about the pearl mix and stuff like that a little bit later.
Okay. Well, I wanted to start off just pretty much like the handout, talking about, let me move this aside for a second. The tools that you need. You need a wire cutter, a wire straightener, which has these nylon jaws, is a great tool to have. But if you don't have this tool, you could use a piece of fabric, a piece of like the ultra suede, to run it like along your wire. It's basically to smooth or straighten it. And that when you're doing that, you're also sort of annealing it, giving it a little more body to the wire. Chain nose is important to like pull the little bits of, like the wire in here, like when you're working. I have to figure out where the picture is, where you're pulling it. This is important. A round nose is nice for when you're doing, the little daisies or petals with the little circles at the top. And then it's nice to have a bent chain nose, which is where are we? Here we are, which helps you get into those little grooves. So you need a few basic tools to do this, but you probably have those or you've needed them for other projects. So basically the project is just putting beads on wire. I'm going to kind of come up a little bit higher. And then wrapping. That's basically, I want to tighten this. Basically, that's all it is wrapping and, you know, putting pearls on or putting whatever beads on. And then what you'll end up doing is that you'll start layering, you know, building, especially on the combs. There's a greater depth on your comb. Here, let me show you a plain one. That gives you the opportunity to start with one layer and then build as you go. So to start the comb, I guess, Kate, you want me to start a comb, right?
Yeah, do you mind?
No, not at all. So I'm going to put this to the side, the headband, for a few minutes, and I'm going to show you the combs. They come in silver, they come in gold, sometimes they come in other colors, and there's clearly a spine to it. There's a front, and then there's a back. And we start off by working from the back, and I've picked some of we carry the really nice craft wire made by Parawire. This is just round wire. You cut about 48. Leslie's asking the handout. Oh, Betty Bead. Betty Bead was an old.
That was our Beadshop like mascot.
Yeah,
right?
Years and years and years ago, and we had a little cartoon. So basically, you cut about 48 inches of wire. I tried doing this with these beads in 26 and 28, and I found the 26 was just a little too big. So I went to the 28, and it's almost like thread. So you take the end of the wire, and I'm looking at the back of the comb. So if you see it, it's like this. Here's the front, and here's the back. And then I am laying this piece of wire down. I am right-handed, so I'm going to hold with my left hand. And the way I start is I hold the wire down, I just press it down, and then going through a couple of the teeth, I go through it once. You're going to have to tell me if I'm out of focus, Kate.
I will. Yep.
And then voila, I still have this end here, but I have it. It's this long piece of wire is secure. So I'm not going to cut all of this down, but I will cut. I don't need this much. I'm going to cut like that much off. So this little short end, which I used a darker color, like I said, wire, so you could see it today. This is just going to lay down here, and then I'm going to take some beads and I'm going to start wrapping. And you can start, if you prefer, you can start on this end. So you see yourself going that way. I'm starting from this end. I don't know why. So I'm going to get a few little beads. You can use like 11/aughts. You can use 8/aughts, 10/aughts. You can use round fire polish. You know, you can use almost anything to do this with. And you're just going to start putting your base down. And I have to just see these a little better. I guess I need my beading glasses on. That would help. So I'm just going to start with a couple of, it's easier to get them off the paper than it is the little container. Which reminds me, Oh, sorry.
Oh, would you push maybe the beads a little bit out of frame, and then you can bring that comb to the center, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all that lusciousness on Janice's wrist. My goodness.
Oh, sorry.
Talk
Sorry
about
for all that lusciousness.
talk about that's gorgeous.
Is it, I can take it off. It's probably distracting. But
No,
I'll show
no,
it
it's
to you
not
first.
distracting at all. It's just so look at how pretty that is.
This is,
Oh, so good.
this is, we talk about when we had gemstones.
Oh,
This is, let's get it in the center. So this is a bracelet I did with, I did it on Ceylon.
mm-hmm.
And this is on, I think, fine weight or micro.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these lovely little onions.
Yeah, those
Yes,
are
it's
so nice. And then
that.
the carved garnet.
Yes, this is tourmaline.
Yeah, that tourmaline right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
And then I brought them all together into, you know, I'm shameless. This is an Indian glass bead
mm-hmm.
and a tiara, an old tiara cast.
Mm-hmm.
I will mix anything with anything.
Yeah, agreed.
Shameless.
Yeah, it really is gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's
An old coral, isn't
an
it?
old. No,
Vintage?
it's actually cinnabar.
Oh, cinnabar.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
original cinnabar.
Beautiful.
Anyway, okay, I'll put that aside.
Yeah. I
We'll
think
do
people
that
should look at that all
project
day.
again sometime.
Yeah, we really do.
So now I'm going to take, and I put too many of these little beads on. I'm going to take just two, and I'm going to wrap. And you just want to make sure that your beads are on the front.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Okay.
Yeah, and you can lift your camera up too a little bit, Janice, if you need a little more room.
Oh no, I have more than enough
You're
room.
good.
I
Okay.
just can't tell my right from my left.
I know it's hard when you're.
It's not like you. You're so used to doing this. Okay, so I am putting more beads on, a couple more beads on, and I'm wrapping around a couple of times
Mm-hmm.
so that each time I wrap, this is secure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm going to put on, let me get a couple of, I'm going to put on a pearl.
I really like how you also use the little, like you need all sizes of beads, right? So you've got
Yes.
those little seed beads, which are great. And then you can go up to larger beads.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just depends on what you like.
Yeah, exactly. So I have, maybe if I come up a little bit, it'll be in more focus. Whoop. Well, that didn't work out very well.
Oh, that's okay.
Um,
While you fix that, I'm going to add, oh no, you're good. Okay.
oh, that's better. That's much better.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got a little more.
Yeah,
little
yeah,
more space.
exactly. So if you put on a bead that's larger and you go, well, I can't go through the comb right next to it,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's okay. Just go to the comb, go between the teeth. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, that feels easy to do. And then you can always come back to where you were. There's no right to this. There's no like, oh, you have to do it this way. And so I've got the pearl on, and then you just work at your own pace. I'm going to show you in just a minute how to do like the little what I'm doing here. I shouldn't do it off screen. I'm putting on a few little beads here in another size. These are like 3mm fire polish.
And they look so pretty, I think, when you twist them into the little flowers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
So I'm going to go to, I put those two on,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish I could, there, I think it's focused. Well,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I'm trying my best, everyone.
Yeah, you're doing great, JP.
So let's say we want like, where's one that has a little flower on it? Well, this one has a little flower on it. You see this? And that's basically, you use five little beads. So I'm going to put on 5 little beads. Little round beads are usually the best, but you can also use fire polish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something, just be consistent with these, I think, for the daisy itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can take something, you know, rhinestones, point back rhinestones work well. Again, we're trying to bring back these things that nobody uses anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're gonna get those rhinestones
yeah.
in because we want them for embellishing too.
Yeah, we do. But you can also use just a bead.
Yeah.
You can, you know, you can absolutely just use a bead. So, okay. So I don't want it too high up. I want it probably, I can get out a little measuring thing, but I'm gonna say that's about as far as I want it. And I'm gonna just measure. This is, I'm gonna say it's about half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Half an inch going up, and then put your beads on, and then half an inch going down. And it doesn't matter if you come to the front or the back. But then what you're going to do is you're going to twist, and you want to give yourself a little extra wire, because the twisting is going to take up some of the slack.
Mm-hmm.
End up being a little shorter. And you just twist and twist and twist until you get a little daisy.
Mm-hmm. So pretty.
And you can move it to where you want it. The round nose plier you can use to gently create, you know, a smooth opening.
Yeah,
So,
look at that. That looks great. So
yeah.
vintage.
Yeah. You can make more of these. You can also, just, if you wanted to just glue a rhinestone in, you can just make these without beads at the top.
Mm-hmm.
You just do.
So it's like a little setting.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can make little leaf shapes. But what you always want to do when you're twisting is you just want to be consistent. You want it as, you know, uniform as possible. So now I have like a little opening here. I'm just going to make it rounder. You can shape it anywhere you want. Like I could bring it down here in front when I'm done, and then glue a rhinestone.
Mm-hmm.
I have some rhinestones here. Let's see. They can't, you know, they have to kind of fit. I don't have one handy right now, but if I wanted to use like this one, I would have made this a little bigger.
Mm-hmm. And
But
Janice, what glue would you use in there?
for the rhinestones, I think I would use the Zap
GS?
glue.
Oh, the Zap. Got
But
it.
for this, where I'm just gluing a little bead
Mm-hmm.
into that, you could just use the GS.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason you would use the Zap is because on the back of the rhinestone, you're not filling in the whole thing. It's just around this little circle. That's
Mm-hmm.
all you have to hold it. So
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely use the Zap glue with that. So, Kate, do you want to take over for a few minutes
Sure,
and
yeah. Let me show you folks
uh,
what I've got here because I'm going to show you how I add
headband?
wire in.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. So I've started to play around here. Let me get everything set. There we go. Sorry, my camera has to catch up. So just take me a second as I come through. Hang on. Sometimes.
I'm waiting for someone to invent a camera for YouTube that's just for beading.
the beading only beaters in the building.
Well, or sewing, but
Yeah,
close-ups.
yeah,
Close up, close up, close up.
yeah. Well, we're gonna keep working on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay, what
Um,
are you showing us
so
now?
what I'm doing here, let me show you. I'm gonna zoom. Let me actually lift my camera a little bit. So yeah, my thing sped up. The video kind of sped up a little bit, so it had to catch up. But here, what I have is I'm making these little nuggety things on here. And I'm filling in, like you can see with this one that I did with this headband, this one has a lot of different, like a lot of different seed beads and stuff here. Let me see if I can zoom into that so you can see it. So, and there's also a lot of wire kind of exposed.
Mhm.
So this one here is completely random. I think I did this, I don't know. We had some mixed stuff. I think I had the Gatsby 2 mix with me when we were at the retreat. I don't know. You can use just about anything. It's really fun to put all of that stuff in. You can see that. I love this big, I think that's like a Swarovski crystal pearl or something. It was kind of fun to play
Mhm.
around with. But what I did with this one, I'm using the bronze 11-aughts to kind of, so that they're all kind of the same, right? But you can mix these seed beads too. But I kind of like the look, the way that these bronze ones looked. And what I did with this one, I think, was I just went down like one pass and then I came back and did another pass. I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to have it be a little smaller like this. So it's a little more like a fascinator, like a little more like a what is it? Philip Tracy, his fancy fascinators that he does. So maybe I'll get a little bit of height because this one I didn't do any height with it. So I'll just kind of go back and forth. So I've got this one, I'll come in around and maybe I'll wrap a couple of times and then I'll come back to that. I'll go to this side and I just started putting on some pearls. So I'll add some pearls from that pearl mix. And Janice, you were saying to add that height. I'm going to do that with this pearl. Let me come around like once and kind of.
When you're talking about a fascinator, Kate, you mean like those hats that the little small
Yeah,
ones
something
that
that's kind of
princesses
teeny,
wear,
right? Yeah,
you
that
know.
kind of, you can kind of wear to the side maybe or something.
So
Kind of
are you
feeling.
going to leave some of oh, I like the way you're moving it.
Yeah, I'm going to move it kind of to the
Yeah.
side here, and I'll leave this unadorned maybe, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
work and maybe I'll mark it with a little Sharpie. It won't hurt. I'll mark it from maybe here because I can always take that off to maybe about right here. So let me measure, like maybe it starts kind of in the center and goes to the side.
So you started, Kate, with one piece of wire and you just half in the middle of
I
it.
did
So
start it
that
in the
you're
middle.
going half one way and half the
I
other.
did. And
Very clever.
because I felt like, you know, if this is the space I'm going to wire wrap, let's say that's just 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wanted to be able to place something large, like
Yeah.
those large Swarovskis, and we still have some in our Swarovski. I've linked the whole Swarovski category that we have. So you can add some of these larger ones. So I wanted that to kind of sit right in the center. So I thought, well, what better way to do it than to kind of start in the center and work your way out. That's kind of what I do here when I do a pendant like this.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that I did here, these are big aquamarine nuggets. I wire wrap that aqua nugget here and that smaller aqua nugget here. So that was kind of my placeholder. And then I filled in around it. So kind of that same feeling here. I think I'm going to add maybe another one right here, and then I'll do that height. So let me do this, because see, there's a little bit of space there, and see how those two, let me see if I can get this
There you go.
focus.
That looks fabulous.
Yeah, so that kind of makes a nice cluster for it. So I'll come in, I'll put in this Swarovski. It's like the old days, right? We're just throwing Swarovski in
Yeah,
right and
yeah,
left,
yeah.
right? So I'm going to come in, look at how that kind of comes over the top. I'm going to secure it with a wrap. I'm going to come down, secure it with a wrap there, and I'm going to come down and secure it with a wrap down there. So I haven't put on any of the beads, but when I kind of shake it a little bit, it feels nice and firm.
You're
Now,
testing it.
yeah,
You're
kind of
testing it.
testing it. So now I'm going to come in. I can see, like right there, there's a little bit of space here. So I'm going to try and recreate what I did over here. I'm going to try and recreate that over here. So let me put, and I'm going to put this is an especially juicy bead. I want a little bit of height with that. So I'm going to put that aside, and maybe I'll get a couple of the coin pearls. I mean, I might as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is going to be a holiday fascinator, let's not shirk, right? Let's not scrimp.
Well, I am actually fascinated with how you're using colors. I literally, normally I would think look awful together,
Right.
but because you're using them as bookends
Mm-hmm.
and you have those little bronze
Right. That's the
series.
unifier.
Yeah,
Exactly. Right.
yeah,
That's the unifier.
looks
So
great.
this, when I made this pearl mix, I mean, look, I can just make, it makes me want to make one of these
Yeah,
bracelets.
yeah.
So when I did this mix, and again, if we sell out during the broadcast, which we're really close, I'm going to put another grouping of these in at noon. So don't worry. What I did here was I kind of, I knew that all of the pearl strands that I was using in this mix would be like super luscious. So there was a point when I was making this mix that I was all, uh-oh, this isn't working, but I'm like, I'm in it now, so I have to keep pushing through. So what I did was, we had a bunch of strands of these beautiful blue freshwater pearls.
Yeah, that peacock.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? That's going to be a unifier.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come in. I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to put one of those blue pearls in. I'm going to wrap I'm going to put another, maybe another, what looks right to me? Maybe this one. This is a good sized one. And just go with your gut on this, you know, and see what fits. So I'll come in, I'm going to add this one kind of here and wrap around. Now I'm ready, to add that. I'm going to scoot out a little bit to add those seed beads.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll come in, I'll get these bronze 11s. You could also do 15s for those of you who are not faint of heart. If you also have Charlottes in your stash, the 13-aught Charlottes would look amazing. I'm going to put on, I don't know, I'm going to put on some, maybe around 10. And then I'm going to lay it across the beads and I'm going to see if that's the right amount.
Mm.
So this looks about right there. Okay. I'm going to, again, zoom in. I'm going to come in and see there's that line of seed beads. I'm just going to come around and it looks like it fits there perfectly. So I'll bring it around and now it's time for another line here. And you can see my marks from there to there. That's about 4 inches across. So I'm going to just build this kind of down. And then if I have to come back and do another layer, like I'll build down to there. And if I feel it's not enough, I'll come back. But I also, right here, you really inspired me with doing those daisies and that height. So I'm going to do some height with this. And we're just going to channel Philip Tracy as if we were making fascinators for Ascot or for Sarah Jessica Parker to wear to a movie premiere. She's a big fan. SJ.
Or just to go to the CVS.
Right, exactly. Just to go to the CVS.
Just to go to the drugstore.
I'm going to put a smaller Swarovski right there because I feel like there's a space for it. So let me do that. Here we go. And I'm going to just lay it. That looks like it's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll lay it around. So let's say that I wanted to now add some height to this. Okay. I still have plenty of wire, but I can always add wire as well. Let me focus this. So let's say that I needed this wire to go down that way and this wire to go down that way, but I wanted to start adding some height maybe like in here. So I'm going to actually cut another piece of wire, maybe not super long, maybe it's about a foot or so. There was a question also about keeping your wire straight. So what I use is I use my nylon jaw plier, and let's say that your wire, especially when it's this thin, it could get a little kink in it, right? A little twist. So what you can do is you can kind of run your hands over it, but you can see there's still some bend to the wire here. So this nylon jaw plier, what I do is I come in and that will really help me straighten everything out, right? It also slightly work hardens this wire. So if you want to stiffen your wire just a little bit, and I do because this is actually going to have a little height to it. So I'm going to run my wire through the heads of this plier anyway to kind of work harden it a bit. So it'll be a little stiffer. And then I'll come in and let's say I wanted those pearls that I'm going to do to come off at about here. So again, I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to go here. I'm going to try and find the center of this wire. I'm going to put that down there so it stays out of my way. I'm going to wrap this around once and bring it up. That pearl has escaped around the side, so I want to push it up. So here is, I'll bring this one around as well, and I'll bring it over here. Okay. And you want to pull it kind of tight, not so tight that your wire is going to break. But here's my wire, and I'm ready to kind of put something tall that's going to be tall on it. So like you did, Janice, I'm going to put my bead on. I'm going to leave maybe, that might be a little bit longer than a half an inch because my beads are a little bit taller.
Right.
So I'll come in, I'm going to bend it at an angle here because I want this pearl to kind of sit this way. And I'm going to just twist it. And I'm twisting in one direction, trying to be kind of even. And I don't want to over twist. You want to twist it so your wire hugs the bottom of that pearl, but you don't want to twist it so much that you're going to break it, that this gets wire fatigue or metal fatigue and breaks. Okay, so there's this. I'm going to come around again. I'm going to put another kind of tall one maybe behind it. So let me use these drop pearls. I think I want it like this. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this wire over the top of that pearl and watch what I'm going to do here. We're going to gild this lily like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to put on a couple of those seed beads. I'm going to do pearl on pearl. Why not? Let's do another pearl on it.
Oh, I see what you're going to do.
Right? And we're going to cover that pearl. I need a little bit more something there. So we'll put on a couple more seed beads, and then I need something tiny. Do I have a tiny pearl? I don't have any fire polish out, but if I did, let's see. Is there anything to hand right here? Hang on. I've got, what's that? Is there a tiny bowl? Tiny bowl of leftovers or a little fire polish? Oh, look, here's something. What's this? Here's a tiny fire polish bead right here that's just sitting here. There we go. Perfect. So now I'll come in, I'll tighten this up. See how this is all kind of loosey-goosey and stuff now? I'm not going to worry about that yet. What I'm going to worry about is getting this twisted, and then I'll fix it. Okay? So I'm going to come in. I'm going to give it a twist. And now I'm going to twist this. Let me, before I do anything else, let me bring that up where it should be. This is where it should be. Make sure I'm twisting in the right direction. There we go. So I don't have to use heavier wire for this part. This kind of doubles over, so it's plenty stiff, right? There we go. So that's coming up like that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now with this extra leg here, because this got a little loose, I'm just going to wire wrap these in to kind of tighten everything up. And I have one more piece of wire here. So I'm going to give myself one more, I think this, one more bead. Maybe I'll do a crystal. No, I think I'll do a pearl. and I'll come down. I'll make this a little bit taller than that one, but not quite as tall as this. Okay, so I come in, see, so this is going across this way. Let me turn it over so you can see. I'm just going to bring it like right here. And I'm going to hold this with my thumb and twist. And as I twist, and you may have mentioned this, Janice, I'm keeping a little bit of tension on this wire so that when I twist, it twists evenly. Okay. You could also do this. People are saying sometimes the headbands might be a little uncomfortable for people to wear. You can do this definitely on a comb too, and put that comb in. So here's my little pieces, my little ends. So what I need to do here is come in and really secure everything down. So I'm going to put a few seed beads on this just to fill in, maybe like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to give it a little shake so it goes down there. Then I'm going to get my chain nose. The new pearls, they might still be in, but I'll grab them. A question about the combs: can we glue instead of wrap? Yeah, I mean, you could glue. It won't kind of have the kind of same effect, but you could. I think I would prefer doing wire, to be honest, because I like the look of all that metal. So see, I've got a little short piece right there. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to tuck this piece of wire underneath and secure it, and then I'll do my other piece. Gosh, it's like riding a bike. You never quite forget how to do this wire. See how I'm curving it around? I'm pushing it underneath another wire like that, getting the tips of my chain nose, pulling it up nice and tight. I'm going to do that one more time to secure it. This is a nice way to make sure that nothing moves on you. Come on, little end, come in there. There it goes. I see you. I like to use every little bit. So here are kind of my 3 little pieces here. Okay. Now I still have this piece. So I'll bring in maybe another round of seed beads there, or I don't have to, because I can always come back later and do that. Maybe I'll just secure this. I'll bring it around. See, here's my piece of wire right here. Just look for the opportunity to finish this wire off, to close it off. So see how it can go right there. I'm going to go through once, twice, and one more time.
The pliers are essential.
They really are. And the bent chain here are also really good for this.
Yeah.
You could use that 90-degree bent chain. So see right there, I'm going to come in, cover that piece of wire with my finger so it doesn't fly up and hit me. That's nice and tight there. So see how this is still a little like it needs a home. So maybe I'll come back around. I've got this piece of wire here. because we want everything to be kind of stable. And this also, I feel like maybe it needs some seed beads coming across. So I'm just going to bring this, I'm going to walk this over. This pearl also is kind of not where I want it to be. So I think it's time for a big line of seed beads here. So let me do that. And that's going to kind of act like a little guardrail to keep everything where you want it. Now, again, I'm using these bronze seed beads, but you could do a little mix. It doesn't have to be the same. I grabbed some green ones here, but I'm not really using them. You could definitely bead on leather. Jane has that question. You could do it on ultra suede and then glue it around. You could glue like a little padding or something on top, glue it around this headband for sure. You could kind of play around and experiment with it. So here's, see, there's that long line right there. See that? And so I'm going to bring it around. That's going to kind of be a little guardrail to hold that in place. I'll bring it around and I'll do another little guardrail. See how this wire is coming over right there? Over that little pearl to kind of keep it in place. And the good thing about this thin gauge is you can wrap it several times and it's not really gonna, show that much. So now I still have this wire. I feel like I had this. Maybe we need one more of those up there, right? Why not? Let's see if I can get this through. If your wire doesn't go through one way, put it through the other way because it might be how it's drilled. This one likes it. So maybe that there.
It's interesting, Kate. I'm observing how you're not only using the wire, but you're also designing, and the imprint of what you make. It's almost like it doesn't matter what you're stringing, what you're designing. They have a rhythm and a pace that is only Kate Richburg.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say, JP.
Well, it's the truth. Like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
same for your pieces as well. I think that the more that we kind of play around and the more that we hone our craft and our eye, I try and design different things here on Beadshop that'll appeal to everyone, but I think it's inevitable, like you say, sometimes you just kind of put your imprint on it and there's nothing more you can do, right? That's kind of how it is.
Well, yeah, it's the DNA, it's your signature. Yeah.
So I'm going to make one more of those branches like you told us, Janice. So I'm going to turn that pearl so the flat side is down. I'm going to try and push all of this so it's tight. And I'm holding the wire with my thumb over here. I can kind of pull this out and let's just twist and see what happens. It's not the end of the world if it's not quite right, because you could always clip this off like you did with your necklace today, JP, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could just clip it off and tuck the ends of the wire in and then just move forward. But I'm going to see if I can tighten this down. It's a little awkward, but not too bad.
Well, the beauty with the project like this is that you may go, I don't really like that. But then in the final scheme, it's not going to stand out. It's going to be
Mm-mm.
one of 500,000 beads.
That
Uh,
are on here.
yeah, yeah,
So see, look at
exactly.
how cool that is. I think this needs like a third one so it doesn't look like mouse ears.
Mm,
But I'll bring that there. And then I think like you showed us, Janice, with maybe the flowers or something, I'll do another like little layer here so that again these don't look like little like twigs, mouse ear
yeah,
twigs that are kind of
yeah.
holding up. So I'll come in, see how this is like this, and the twist is nice and even, and that's because I'm pulling this, getting some tension on there when I do the twist. So I'll come in, I'll come around, I'll kind of tuck this where I want it to go, and I'll bring this up. I feel like it needs a little pearl, just a little something. Maybe it needs I really want to use these crystals, so I will. Is this the back or the front? I can't tell anymore. I think maybe this is the front. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? But if this is the front, that seems right. Yeah, look at, there we go, that crystal right there. And then I'll tuck this wire in and I'll bring it around back here. And there's a perfect place to tie this off. Our
This
friend,
reminds me of Alice in Wonderland.
it is a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like that
yeah,
I'd wear to the tea party, right?
yes.
Yeah, way back in the day, I had at my studio a crown making party, tea party kind of thing. This was years ago, I think in the late 90s, where we all made crowns and tiaras together. It was fun. So there's that wrap. I'm going to see if you can see that. That little wrap is there. I'll come in with my cutter, clip that away, and tuck that little point in. The main thing when you're doing these is you also want to make sure that you don't have any wire, sharp wire, to get stuck in your head,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you really want to be aware of that. So I'll come in. You can also kind of lay things out. Maybe I'll do another one up there so it's cascading up a little bit. Maybe I'll pull some other beads that'll go kind of down. But this is going to be kind of that cluster is going to be that 4-inch space. And I can even bring in maybe one more crystal for some height. That might be kind of cool. But this will be ready to wear to Royal Ascot.
Mm.
Right?
Looks
Or
fantastic.
New Year's or whatever. But I named this pearl mix. This pearl mix is named Jewel Box. So I think that's what's in my head. That kind of imprinted on me, like a casket of jewels. So that's maybe kind of what I'm trying to do here. That's funny. Margaret's saying,
mesmerized. I'm just mesmerized.
No, same back at you, JP. Margaret says, I played the March Hare in a children's theater production of Alice in Wonderland. What a blast. I was the Queen of Hearts in our Alice in Wonderland production. It was, that's always a great children's theater show to do, for sure. um, yeah, it's really fun. And if you decide, like, this could also go on a comb, right? Like here, or you could get like a barrette and clip that in even, but the comb, see how the comb is about that
Yeah.
same width.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, look at this. It takes there's just no wrong
no wrong answer.
I mean, you do make it look so easy because of, your
Well,
wire wrapping techniques.
mhm,
But everybody out there, you can learn this. This is
yeah.
easy peasy.
There's nothing even really to learn. You just have to tell your hands,
Yeah.
let your hands do it,
Yeah.
and just kind of come in and see, look at that. I could do some more little branches so it's got some shape to it.
Mhm.
Um, and this would be really fun. One of the things that, and Janice, you mentioned it, I'm going to put us all on the thing here. Let's see, here we are, and there we are. One of the things that you mentioned when people would come in and we taught these classes, we had customers. We have one customer in particular who this really took off for her as a business, and she made it with like semi-precious beads and
Mhm.
like the fine wire, the sterling wire,
Yeah.
the gold filled wire.
Yeah.
And, if you are thinking about, I'd really like to add a little something to my um, jewelry display, if you're doing, like, especially with holiday jewelry, stuff like that, if you just do a few, bridal is still big, or even like dress up, holiday dress up. I'm totally going to wear this for the holidays. I love it so much. It'll be really fun. So play around with it. Put a few out there. Um, they don't take, like, even with this doesn't, the beads are high end, but there aren't that many of them
And
there.
you could wrap ribbon
Yeah,
around the
around
rest
this.
of the
Mm-hmm.
headband,
Yeah,
so
you
that
could.
it didn't stay the metal
Right,
color.
right.
Just, glue it down and wrap as
Mm-hmm.
you go like a hot glue gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could use the E6000. I
Mhm.
would put the E6000 on the top here, and I'd get like a ribbon that's maybe like a 3/8, maybe, so you can wrap it so it overlaps a bit.
Mhm.
It would look really, uh, really finished, really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. You could even add the little, netting to it.
Oh, you definitely could.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I might do is I might complete it, like, if I were gonna do, like, a little flourish or a little something, I would finish this, and then I would pleat it or whatever I would do, and then I'd stitch it in,
Mm.
probably,
Mhm.
into, so this is the base. I don't think that hot glue would stain the ribbon. You wanna use something that, like, E6000, I don't think would seep through either. Um, I think
Well,
it's a
I don't
good.
know enough about,
Mhm,
that's why I'm taking
mhm,
your sewing and quilting. I don't know
mhm.
enough about fabric, just,
Well, one
let
of the
alone
things,
sewing.
yeah, one of the secrets that we use, and I'm gonna talk about it in the sewing classes, and when we have a very beginning quilting class that's up. And even if you're like, you know what, I don't want to quilt, it doesn't matter. It's going to teach you everything. It's a good entry into all kinds of sewing. But, like, for instance, I did this patch. Where is it? I think it might be in the other room, but, like, let's say here, Oh no, it's down there. Hold that thought, because I want to share this with you folks. Because if you want to do some other embellishing with this, so what I did here,
I'm going to just go find the link for
I'm going to make this big here real quick. Let me turn this down. So this is the patch that I did on my bag, and I'm starting to embellish it. Okay. So here, right here, here with this trim here, what you can use, one of the secrets that we do is we use glue stick, as in Elmer's glue stick. And it is great for holding your pieces in place. I haven't even stitched this down yet, and this glue stick is, I mean, I might come in and do some hand stitching, but the glue stick is amazing. The other thing that we use the glue stick for, I'll show you. You folks have seen me. I've been working on this. These shoes coming soon. This binding, this is also glued down before I stitch, before I turn it over and do my stitching. So Elmer's glue stick is a secret weapon. It's really, really fantastic. I use the glue stick that's purple, and then it dries clear. So, yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in our quilting class, because we're going to make a 9-patch block. And then I'm going to teach you how to do some binding like this. I bound the edge of this t-shirt here that I made. It's very, very easy. Heather is asking, any chance that I'll open more spots for the tote bag class? I don't know. What do you think, Janice? Is everyone going to behave?
I think so. We talked about how to take, we had a great class, a sewing class, and we had 40.
No, we had 56.
So I mean, I think there's a way of doing it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let me see. I can just add a couple more.
Will you add the
I'm going to add them right now.
And add the pearl mix?
And I'll add the pearl mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that right now.
Yeah. So
one of the things, and those of you, and this is kind of wrapping up what we're doing today. It's been so fun, JP. This project has really taken on a life of its own. Yeah, I'm going to add more of the pearl mix in now. So hold please, everybody. I'm adding that because we were sold out. There's another grouping, and let me add some more totes. What I'm doing here in the studio, what that class taught me was that I need a real dedicated camera space like I have here for this demoing. So on the other side there, I'm making, before our next class, before the tote class, we are going to make a dedicated camera space for sewing. So it'll be even better. Even better. So I just added 5 more spots in the tote class. So if you're thinking about it, the maker's tote, it will be great. The totes, the tote kits are going to be out next week. I keep saying they're going to be out, but I'm stretching myself a little bit thin. So I promise they'll be in there plenty of time. I'll send your materials lists out. I think that's in there. And then there's also space. If you're like, well, where do I go now from from the intro class? You know, I don't want to be a quilter, but it doesn't matter. You can make a pillow out of it. You can make a little tote bag out of it. You can make a little beading mat out of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, and my mom has graciously set. She was such a help in Saturday's class. So
Oh, Gwen, you're just amazing.
it's really
It's
great.
just the two of you together. It's what a powerhouse.
Well, it's kind of fun to kind of honor all of that tradition and all that knowledge that we've gotten over the years.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also wanted to mention one of the perks of being in our online classes. I've created an online class community for those of you who have taken classes. I've created an online class community over on Facebook. Those of you who took the sewing machine class got the invite for it. Those of you who have taken the maker tote, I'm going to go ahead and send that out to you as well. It's called the Social Circle, SEWCIAL Circle, and it's a great place for people who have taken our sewing classes to kind of commune. So it's another little perk when you take our online classes, you automatically get that link and can join us there. So I hope I resent the link out to everybody. So hopefully it works. I'm the queen of sending bad links, but hopefully that's there. So I'll make sure that all of you get that link because it'll be a great community for us to connect over all of our sewing content.
Yeah.
So JP, I guess that wraps it up for us. Kim, did you try the fresh link for that? I resent it. I'll play around with it after this broadcast. I'll get you all in there, I promise. Sometimes my links it takes a little bit, but because it's a private group, not a public group, I need to make sure that the settings are correct. So Janice, I guess that's it. Thank you so much. You really inspired all of us to really create. Kim, I'll make sure I'll resend it. I'll keep sending links until you all get in there. So I'll fix it.
Well, it was fun today. I'm glad we're bringing these back to life. I think most importantly, it's introducing new people to the technique of wrapping with wire and not thinking of it as, like, oh, it has to be perfect. I mean, this is just throw some beads on and wrap some wire on something,
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So you could wrap the end of a serving spoon for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, wouldn't that look great?
Yeah. Yeah, just like why not encrust it?
Right.
Anything. Yeah. Get out there and encrust and embellish.
Encrust. Do it.
Encrust.
I love it.
Yeah. But I love what you made today, Kate. It's
thanks. I love what you made too. I love those little daisies.
Thanks.
Love.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I will see you folks Friday I've got some other things that are coming down the pike. So, and our monthly mix will launch on Saturday as well. I think you folks are gonna kind of like what we put together. All right. Well, Janice, always fun having you on. I know everybody loves to see you.
Oh.
So
it was fun joining you. It was fun joining you.
Well, you're our fearless leader. I'm just along for the ride.
No, not true anymore. Not true anymore.
Well, we're doing some good work. All right. Well, thank you so much, my friends, for joining us today. I'll see you on Friday. And as always, Janice and I and all of us here at Beadshop, we really, really thank you for your support. Without you folks out there supporting what we do with our small business, we wouldn't be able to do this, especially in these kind of crazy times. But we really appreciate that support. Let me put this up real quick as we go out. I will tell you, you know where to find us to contact us for all of that info. If you need any help, hit us up at info@beadshop.com, everywhere on the web at beadshop.com, all spelled out. Our Facebook group, The Bead Table, our Pinterest pages, our Instagram, and of course, if you are watching us on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, and notification. We really appreciate those social shares and follows. It helps other people find us as well. All right. Thanks again. Thank you, JP. And we'll see you folks soon.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.